Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do is push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Everybody out there doing it. There's your boy, Coach Lee. Welcome to the None But Basketball Show. It's Wednesday night. As my man, Two says, happy hump day to you, man. We better do some things up in here. Trying to have a little bit of fun. Gonna do it like we always do it. First, let's get the crew up in here, man. We got to get the man with the master plan. He's back after a brief hiatus. Hope he's feeling better. Let's get the man Meta Wide.
Hey yo, feeling better. But it's hump day, it's Wednesday, number basketball show. You know, I got the party from Sunday to tonight, but it doesn't look like the party's going to continue as the first half is going, as my Lakers is down in Memphis right now. I hope you're having a good day, Coach. Hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. But before I get into the chatter, got to bring in my guy, 2-0 Celtics, you know, kind of sanding their way so far through the first round. We'll bring my guy Will in the studio, see what's good with him, man, with his ugly ass green hat. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with you, man?
I know what time it is, man. 2-0. Get your brooms ready.
Oh, he talking sweet.
He's looking.
Not the sweet, man.
Unless the Celtics end up going to Magic City.
I tell you, that's something I'm worried about when they're down there, though.
Get some of them loot means.
Man, listen. We gotta stay out of the clubs, man. Just go play ball.
So I don't know what playoff basketball feel like this year. So I'm enjoying watching you guys have fun.
It's a sad story.
Your off-season homework a little fat. You get to get ahead on your off-season homework.
Yeah, we went gone fishing a little early.
If we're being honest, man, you might not know next year neither.
Yeah, I don't know which way we're gonna go, but you know what? That's a good damn segue because we might have a little glimmer of hope. Now, there's some people that might be on the mickety move, man. Ooh. Let's take a look at a couple.
If his name ain't Hardaway, it's not gonna help you really.
Hey, maybe I don't know. Could be Hardaway, could Bertans, but
okay.
First topic of the night, man.
I saw that. Oh, I gave you the story, didn't I?
Yeah,
I did, didn't I?
NBA trade ideas.
Yeah, this
is actually a couple of ideas that they kind of threw out there for some current starters. Yeah. And I'm liking the way it's looking, dog.
You did say so. You mentioned this before. I'm gonna preface it because you mentioned this before, and I was like, really? Because it hasn't worked out where he's gone, but that don't mean it can't work out for y'all.
It's true because we ain't gonna ask for much of them here, but these are some trade ideas to replace NBA's most disappointing starters. So the first one. They never should have gave him the contract. I think we've talked about it before. They should have let him go when they had a chance to done a sign and trade. And that's one Mr. John Collins in Atlanta. Will he finally get moved?
This is weird to me. Yeah, he probably should. But I don't think he's the problem. But
nah, he's not the problem. But that I thought our ship was sinking. That ship really sinking. They're talking about trading they know the number one player.
That's because I don't know that he's their number one player. I know that he should be a number one player.
Shout out to Mr. Josh Orson that kind of copied that statement. Well, yeah, man, he should have got traded from the get go. You know, sign a trade. You know, simply, but Atlanta's looking to blow up the team, which I haven't heard nothing about that. It's been hearing more about Trey. Then, hey, you might as well blow up the whole team, and we'll see how John Collins feels at the end of the season. They're in the series right now. They're not going to win, so they're probably thinking about these type of things that are going to go around. You signed Dejounte Murray last year, you know, signed for him, traded him, but at the same time, it's time to mix it up. You got some young guys, you know, over there that can do the things, maybe on the same level as John. You know, you got some young wing players over there, and I feel like a refresh for not only John but a couple of those Hawks could be good as well.
So since we're on the basketball show, I pose an alternative basketball question to what we're already talking about. I think the more interesting story here is what happens with DeJounte Murray, because I think his contract's up now. It's either this, I think it's the end of this year, or maybe he got one more year.
Really? Did he?
Wasn't a lot left on it there. I don't know that they extended it that long.
That makes sense.
So if it isn't up at the end of this season, then it's up at the end of next season, which I think is funny. Does that mean that they're going to try to move Trey and then roll with
yeah, I thought that was ultimately the project didn't work. That's what would happen.
That is an interesting way to go. It's so they traded for a player that could play next to him, but ultimately ends up being their insurance policy. That's fascinating.
Because the question it was in fact that could they play together? You know, people thought when the trade happened that they could play together, but you know
they have.
It's just it's just mediocre. The Hawks team, but I just don't understand. I don't know what they need. I mean, Quinn Snyder did the best he can, you know what I'm saying, to keep the team up. It's just something in that organization that's, you know, got the flu or something, because I can't call it. I mean, their roster is not bad. They don't play. People don't play defense. We're gonna keep saying that on and on, but you know they're middle of the pack, literally, and everything. You know, we talked about the record last week. So I mean, yeah, John could be a good team, man. You see teams floating in, getting these players. You know, not in a super team type of way, but he can help a team.
Whoever makes a move for Trae Young needs to also pick up the phone and see what D'Antoni's doing.
Really?
That's a system you're gonna have to play him in, man. I don't see another system that's gonna work for him. I don't see another system that's gonna take advantage of everything that he can do. He's not gonna defend, so you might as well get a coach who's not gonna make him.
Fair enough. And you are correct. His contract is up after next year.
Next year, okay. So So if they're gonna make a move on Trey, they got to do it now.
Yep.
Give the team to Murray and hope he stays.
Yep. Because at 24, he becomes an unrestricted free agent.
Right. That's crazy, man.
No bird rights.
Crazy situation.
So the proposed trade here, I kind of like it.
We never even got to it. That's hilarious.
Collins going to the Pacers for Buddy Hield.
This seems like
But I like it for the Pacers, though. Because
I like it for the Pacers. I just don't know why. I don't think you could take that much of a short on Collins if you're Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's a short. Like you taking the L there.
Is that I wonder if Buddy's got an expiring contract.
And I saw the trade. It's up and up.
Yeah, Buddy, he might have around I think Buddy may have. I think he may have.
There was no picks involved.
Trying to get him for like 2 years. He's been in trade talk for like the last 2 years. So, hey, the longer they're in trade bait and the value's not beating and not getting them in, the value falls. Though Buddy's still a good player. I mean, Atlanta could
That's
use
what it is.
Shooter. Could use a shooter. You know, I mean, if Trey's gone, you're gonna need a shooter. He's not Trey, but you know what I'm saying. You're definitely gonna let it fly. So.
I think that is what it is. Buddy's contract is up the same time as Murray's contract. Yeah.
So this is the Buddy move is literally like we're out on Trey. It has to be.
Yeah, we're out on Trey. We're about to get ready to to scrap it. We're gonna move this, this big contract from Collins. And Buddy stays, he stays. If not, it just frees up more cap space for him.
Frees up cap space to go play with DeAndre Hunter and DeJounte Murray. and I guess Bogdanovich if he stays any longer.
Now,
and
now it's time me to get my dance on.
Yeah, because this is the one I know. This is
the one I like.
This is the why I said that. I looked up and I was like, oh, he's gonna like this. So,
the one with Rudy Gobert, Mr. COVID himself. They got him proposed.
I just want you to be clear. You're the only person happy to take on Rudy Gobert at this point.
Yes, yes. At this point, yes. Because the whole thing is we have no interior defense. I'm talking about the Mavs. The proposed trade would be Rudy Gobert for Tim Hardaway Jr.
Get him out.
Bertans, and a 2027 first round pick, top 3 protected.
That's sad when you got to say top 3 protected.
Yeah, they anticipate the tanking.
They're anticipating some brutal basketball in Dallas.
Man, Kyrie goes bye-bye this summer, man, and y'all end up going to get Rudy Gobert and getting rid of more of your players. Tough. Man, listen. You might be in for a fish hunt, man. But no respect to Rudy, man. He's a still serviceable guy in the league. He's just not the average big anymore. It's becoming a custom now that these wing guys and these hybrid 4 or 5s, they're putting the ball in the hoop. Simple. So Rudy can go over there for Dallas that needs an interior defender, and he can go, change the defensive agenda of that team. That's a plus for Dallas. But on the flip side, definitely need Kyrie to stay there, man, and have that power go in there. And that's
wouldn't it be 3 max contracts?
Yeah, that's where it makes sense.
Here's the other thing. Psychologically, from where you're standing right now, a lot of people don't realize. I've had conversations with you, Coach. So this is layered. There's layers to this. Now, I'm gonna
spill the beans.
I'm gonna peel back the onion right quick. Because look, this fixes one problem,
right?
But it continues another problem. So it fixes the problem of defense, but does it fix the problem of defense so much so that it overcomes the cap problem that it maintains? Because his contract's ridiculous.
It's a monster.
And you finally get out from under Hardaway and Bertans just to load up on one guy who may not actually fix all your problems. So as much as you want this, be careful what you wish for, Coach. Because that might leave you hamstrung way longer than now. I do agree that if you're able to make that move and then keep Kyrie, okay, then maybe at least then you got a foundation. You got 2 unstoppable offensive threats, a really great defender in the post. Now you just fill in the blanks with mid-level exceptions.
With international shooters.
Shooters and exactly.
Go get Lucas Boys, man. That's what it's gonna come to. But this is when it's crazy though, and then that's when it rewinds back though. You just basically got younger players and or new players for players that you traded, and basically you may just be like Will said, you may just be the same team. You may be worse. You could get better, but what else are you gonna do? You have to.
You got to do something.
Dallas is not a team that like to be over the cap like that. They're not a team that like to do that. So is it just basically them giving it all in now? Is Cuban basically saying, hey, I'm just going to throw it all in now?
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing, y'all. This idea of you got to do something is how you got in the situation in the first place. This is how you got here in the first place. Oh, we got to do something. Let's just sign Tim Hardaway Jr. Like this is how we got here. So
that and the Porzingis trade.
Yeah. So maybe at some point, no, you don't got to do something. Maybe we sit on this for a year or 2. Maybe we let Kyrie go and hope that Luka doesn't ask for a trade.
Yeah, remember though, you got to remember Dallas for a very, very long time has been above the boat. they've been above the water. Bro, with the NBA trending and the moves and teams that are being assembled, Cuban's kind of going away from, old school theory and being pressured. And like you said, you should just chill with the team, but you already messed it up by going after, to make Luka happy, obviously. Now in the league, you got to make your star happy. Now you got to go get a person to go route with your star. Then, you got to go, and then the experiment didn't work. So now you go get Kyrie. And it's just like the way Dallas would have planted it when they got Porzingis, it would have improved the team. And it didn't. So now you're just shooting blanks, man. Dallas, I hope so. I hope you're good. I hope you're not, kind of, in a sense, because maybe the other team in Dallas can become good. But other than that, man, I don't know.
Turning into the other owner of the other team in Dallas. He talk a big game, but he just leave you there licking.
He in the Shark Tank for real right now.
Yo, yeah. You want a whole steaming bag full of irony? I said, do you want a whole steaming bag full of irony? The only move that may help you might be swapping him for Luka. Because if Luka wants out, at least be able to reset with a legitimate player. Like I still think Trey can play, and at least he'll be happy. Like it didn't work out in Atlanta. Now he got something to prove in Dallas. Then you at least get to reset on building the team around somebody.
Right.
Because right now, Luka's not going to wait for you to rebuild this team. That's the only reason it makes sense. Luka's better than Trey in pretty much every way. But the one thing that Trey offers you right now is that if Atlanta is done with him, then and they trade him to you for Luka, then at least then he'll have something to prove. He won't want out right away.
Fair enough. If he pulls the trigger on that, because I will admit, when it comes to most of the sports here, Dallas is a fair weather bandwagon type of city. Yeah, I will account for that.
Cowboys fans, really?
No. Well, you know what? Yeah, because once they go to the games, they ain't the real fans. That's what they call the Damn and the Mavs fans.
Yeah,
cocaine and booze jar fans.
Real fans can't afford it. It's a nightclub.
Right. But if he did that, he would have such a mutiny here. Because we've never had, for one season, Dirk did his thing. But we've never really just had the ability to say that a guy arguably can be considered as one of the greats currently in the league. We've never had that. The last time, other than Dirk, that we had the opportunity, it never panned out, was with Roy Tarplin. It got spiraled out of control.
Yeah, that's why Dirk is forever legend. It's never going to change. He's going to be the greatest Dallas Maverick ever.
This next one, Kyle Lowry going to the Clippers for Marcus Morris, Sr., Robert Covington, and a 2023 second-round pick.
So they just trading senior citizens for senior citizens.
Yeah, right. Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, this will be a stall because I believe Russell has found his place for at least another year and a half in Clipperland. I feel like if he's done anything, he's shown that
just the first two playoff games. You're right.
Playoff games that he can be able to, and he's in a role right now where he has to, in his mind, do more because Paul George is gone. And he's just out there just playing relentless basketball. But yeah, Kyle Lowry, if this is last year, Pat Riley answered the phone, Kyle would have already been a Clipper. But in this sense, Kyle had a good game one. No, he had a good playing game. He had 33 in a playing game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he knows that his career is dwindling. So he's trying to increase some value in himself. But maybe if the Clippers don't get Pete Westbrook, maybe he is a trade bait option over there. But, basically that's what you're riding on. The Clippers don't need a senior citizen type of guard, like Will said. You got Bones Highland over there. You keep Westbrook. You work between them. You still got Young over there. You still got some young adrenaline over there. You don't need the experience. You tried the experienced point guard before. And what happened?
It's true.
it makes sense, but unless the Clippers keeping those guys that they have already, then Kyle will probably be somewhere. They'll probably try to ship Kyle somewhere else.
Yeah, Kyle. Look, this seemed like the last stop for him to begin with. So,
yeah, he done been him and Gordon running neck and neck.
Yeah.
So this last one, it kind of makes sense. But it makes sense for the team that's getting a better player. This involves Portland and the Nets. The Nets get Dame Lillard and Nurkic.
This trade is blockbuster.
I like it. But Portland gets Ben Simmons, Cam Thomas, Royce O'Neal, Patty Mills, Deron Sharp, 2025 first-round pick, 2027 first-round pick, and 2029 first-round pick.
So 3 first-rounders.
I love it.
I can't do it.
I like it.
Do it.
I love it. What, if you wouldn't do it if you was Portland or you was Brooklyn?
Brooklyn.
You wouldn't do it if you was Brooklyn?
Yeah.
The only reason why I probably wouldn't do it if I was Brooklyn is because I'm scared of the fact that when you go try to go get stars and since you've been a Brooklyn Net organization,
it's never worked out.
It's never worked. But in this philosophy of Dame Lillard, people would probably project that it'd be a little different because people want Dame to leave. But people like me don't want Dame to leave. We just want him to stay in Portland. So it makes sense in that aspect. For Portland, I like it much better because you got a bunch of guys whose contracts ain't really getting, full up, to a point where you can go move them and just go get collateral and build your team.
For Portland, I don't mind because basically, for Portland, you're basically being paid 3 first-round picks to take on Ben Simmons. That's what that deal is.
That's not. But at the end of the day,
that's fine. That's fine. But also, look, man, like the guy said he didn't want to leave, whether he's being truthful or not. Like he didn't want to leave. So
he said that he doesn't want to go through a rebuild.
Yeah, he said that too.
Said he just don't want. But my thing is, for Brooklyn's sake, I would pull it because you got young guys and Markel Bridges. You got Dinwiddie. You put Dame around guys.
Finney Smith.
Prove that they be able to score in the league. Finney Smith. You got Claxton under there. You got a mini Portland team, but you got them out east.
Here's my thing. I agree, but here's my thing. Do you believe the Nets, as currently constructed, are just a Dame Lillard away from being title contenders in the East?
If these guys that they just got from Phoenix can continue to escalate up, I believe so. And the fact that they can go snap Brooklyn, man, they can go make magic wherever they want, man. They've got players to get collateral back, to do stuff. They still have a little bit of collateral. Hey, Claxton.
Well, they're about to look. No, they have a little collateral, but they're about to trade all of it for Dame if they do this deal.
But they traded in the picks that they got from Phoenix.
That helps.
Right.
That helps. I would look the future with if you can manage to keep Claxton, just Claxton and Bridges. If you can manage to keep those 2 guys with all the picks that they have, they can build something that's lasting for a while, as opposed to let's take a shot at the same thing that never works for us.
A big name star.
A big name star in his 30s.
Yeah, he's what, 30, 31 now?
31, 32, yeah, something like that, yeah.
I think this has more to do with them wanting to get rid of Ben Simmons than anything.
That's what I said. That this deal really is them paying 3 first-round picks to take Ben Simmons off their head. That's what this deal really is about. Because you're not gonna you can't really mortgage your future for just Dame. They get Nurkic. Well, they get Nurkic too. Maybe I do it.
You talk yourself into it a little bit.
I can always talk myself out of damn near anything. But yeah, I guess you get another big. So, but now does bringing Yusef with you mean that you won't be able to re-sign Claxton? Claxton played his way into a bag coming soon.
Right.
So I don't know. I think I would, if I'm the Nets right now, I'm looking around and I'm like, Bridges has starting to show me that he's more than a role player, that I was calling him early on. And Claxton is everything that the Celtics know Robert Williams is, except he's on the court. That's two great pieces. From there, with all the picks they have, and then I gotta look at Boston. I gotta look at Philly. I gotta look at the Bucks. Those are the three teams that I'm trying to beat if I'm the Nets, right? Those are the three teams in the East for sure I gotta deal with in the East. Those three teams, their windows are closing. Small, they're getting smaller. My Celtics could go either way, but Jalen talking like he's not guaranteeing he's gonna be here at times. That Bucks team's gonna age. Drew and them gonna get old. It's gonna be just Giannis. They're not a young team.
Yeah.
And Philly is gonna be Embiid and Maxi's team moving forward. Harden, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Tobias probably gone. They're gonna have to fill in the blanks. I'm not in a rush right now if I'm Brooklyn.
Just let it play out.
I got two stud young players that if I sign them now, I probably get them cheaper than if I try to sign them later. If I sign them soon, I get them on good deals. Then I got picks for days. Let Ben Simmons run the course of that contract or find some other bum to take that, like some other team to take him. I don't know. It can go either way with this one, but I see the potential in the trade, but I don't know if I do it.
Fair enough. It's kind of sad Ben Simmons was just 2 seasons ago was an all-star.
Defensive player of the year, runner-up, or like in the running.
That's sad.
Now he's just defending his career.
So next up, this is sort of a career. It's just getting started. This is one Aliyah Boston and her NIL deals. It could lead to a big payday for WNBA players. The correlation from that, I kind of get it because it's up to the WNBA. If whoever's running it, it's up to them. They have the momentum right now. What are you going to do with it? Are you just going to keep crying about not getting paid, or are you going to start marketing your players and building up the hype for Reese and Clark coming next year?
Yeah, and it can be Reese and Clark and all that, but this is what I said a few years ago too. And I mean, some NBA players have to do this, probably not, but you and this NIL stuff now, and the way you can market yourself, and being a lady, you can market yourself too, and you don't have to market yourself in a crazy way, you just simple Instagram. You can make some dollars. And I mean, it could be on an up trajectory for WNBA and pay, but I'm gonna say slow down on it. And I mean, there's plenty of deals to be made out here for girls. You got the Twins in Miami, that just said we're not gonna come to college no more. We're gonna explore the WWE. Like the female boom generation is officially re-booming. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Aliyah Boston with these deals. Angel Reese, with about 17, 18 deals. If they just continue to be positive influences in their community and great Samaritans on the basketball court, those deals will keep coming. Plus, with the WNBA as well, you're going to be going overseas. But the thing with the girls is they don't want to do a lot of this work. I understand that. And that's where we want, the WNBA to, hopefully in their players union to come about that, to pay these girls more money. So you don't have to do a lot of things like that. You know what I'm saying? Feeling like they're slaving. I'll say that. Sorry if I said that to anybody that, like the words. But, yeah, man, it's a good start, man. And next year, like you said, man, probably one of the, if not the best draft ever in terms of top 5. Mm-hmm. You got to find a mark to see the rest of it because it's going to be served fire. And then what's going around in the airlines right now, Van Halen over there at LSU, trying to go over there and try to go get a ring in for the threesome with Fly J and Angel Reese. Yeah, women's basketball going to continue to be a roar, man. And I mean, the money's always going to be, something that they want to get to an understanding of. I hope they do. But the NIL deals and with the girls, I mean, in the aspect of the industry world, it can provide and offer, they'll continue to get that as well and waiting for the big bag.
Go ahead.
It's there for them to take. Like I say, they have the momentum, they have the attention. They've been crying about not making money, even though the NBA has been funding them since their existence, taking an L every year just to keep it afloat. Now is the time for them to take advantage, take their baton that they have, and move into the future with it. It's all about marketing. Instead of worrying about, what players are getting paid, is it equal to the men, whatever the case may be, take that same money and that same energy, put it into the marketing to try to make your product better. What rule changes can you implement to make it watchable? Is the season really feasible? The time frame that you have the season. It's all type of different avenues that they need to sit back, but they can't just do the status quo.
I'd agree. Let me play my devil's advocate. Does anybody think that the NIL deals would kind of bail out the league itself from actually paying them?
No, that's what I was saying.
That's where the advertising comes into play.
Because now if they're getting these NIL deals and all that, it takes they can wait longer now. They can play the waiting game until the next outburst comes out. Like, we're not getting paid enough NIL money, and then boom. Because everybody's not going to get those millions of deals that, Aliyah Boston them got. And depending on how they play in the league, how long they're going to keep those deals? How long are these deals for? Such and such. And that's with the girls' league. It tends probably not going to be on the NBA side because people, we've seen people keep their contracts for a steady long time, though we've seen people cut short, but people were interchangeable, and this is what the girls' games be too. They're going to be interchangeable.
I think the best course of action for them would be some kind of meeting in the middle where, cool, let these NIL deals pop, but now that the NIL deals are going to be doing heavy lifting for some of your biggest players and a lot of players in general, maybe get some better pensions, some better health care on the back end from the league itself. But that being said, you still gotta get butts in the seats. It's that simple.
Yo,
at the end of the day,
butts in the seats.
I'll be wild for saying that with these people, with these girls coming in, and I mean, what we hope that it will do for the WNBA. You see a WNBA lockout next few years just to get this stuff, situated. If in the next, say, 2, 3 years, 4 years, you're bringing in girls, and then these girls continue to be good, and there's a lot of girl talent, and the league's uprising, and the girls' talent's getting better. Like,
man, look, you can't boycott bicycle rides, man. Like, nobody, you can't.
I've seen a lot of things in this world boycotted. And I mean, I'm not saying it's resolved to the fifth power, but they've gotten some justice. So I mean, hey, this streaming there, because I mean, it's gonna be a point where the conversation comes back to the money.
Right.
Boycott suicide.
It would be. Next
for them anyway, for that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, I was a little surprised by this, but at the same time, I wouldn't. I got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Recently returned West. It's been a while. It's been home by about 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah.
One Brittney Griner. She's actually been talking about how she plans to write a book about time spent in Russia.
I think if we go in the archives deep enough, this is like my early days on the show. Cause like early days. I'm pretty
sure NIL time.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I called this.
Yeah, you did.
I'm like, yo, she'll write a book. She'll get back in the league.
Everything's coming to fruition.
She won't miss a beat.
Nah.
Look, if my man OJ can write "If I Did It," then everyone can write a book about whatever they go through. OJ wrote a book "If I Did It." So, with that being said, book deals, they're throwing those at people.
They throwing book deals at
any kind of story.
Man. Like some of your soul before you actually. I can't even say that. That's mean, man. But usually that's how books like this is written. You know what I'm saying? In the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this money because WA is not paying the ladies enough. Real talk.
100%. Let her do it. I'm not mad at it at all.
No, yeah, we all kind of fluctuated that a book will be made, a story will be told. Yeah. You know, somewhat. You know, and I mean it's gonna come to fruition, man. Hey, like we talked about the people getting in the seats of the WNBA. How many people buying this book?
More than they go into the games, I guarantee it.
Hold on. This book is going to be a number one seller. We already know it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
and then she'll do a book tour.
Yeah.
She'll do about 30 podcasts. You should finish your book. We will shop that right here. You one of ours. So
yes, you want to be.
You one of the homies. We will let people know.
Yeah, we'll read your whole story on the podcast. I am dead ass. You already know my guy. Stories do sell. Everything. Crazy thing. Yeah, stories sell. Words and books sell. If you really want to get your word, if you really want to get your word across and what you feel across, yeah, absolutely.
Killer, the true Hollywood story.
So according
audio book by the parlay.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Let's get it cracking. Let's get it cracking, bro.
So she did have a quote where she says the primary reason that she well, let me go back. She said that day in February was beginning of an unfathomable period in my life, which only now I'm ready to share. The primary reason I traveled back to Russia for work that day was to make my wife, family, and teammates proud. After an incredibly challenging 10 months in detainment, I'm grateful to have been rescued and to be home. Readers will hear my story and understand why I'm so thankful for the outpouring of support from people across the world. She hopes that her book will bring attention to other Americans detained overseas. I don't think other Americans overseas are going to be riding around with cannabis oil.
No. While you're right, that's not the point. The point is there going to be a blurb or a part in that book that talks about the merchant of death that was traded to get her back?
It got to be. Because
it won't be, but she won't do it. She's not going to do it because that's the worst part of it.
Yeah.
Also, will she talk about Waylon, who's sitting rotting in there still? The spy, the alleged spy.
No, she won't be talking about the alleged spy, but she talk about the merchant of death. You're going to talk about that. That's going to come in. Because the people, whoever's coming, we see if she was pulling the strings for this book, but you know there's a million people over here about to orchestrate this book. There's a whole bunch of people over here about to orchestrate that book and which ways they want to with a little mix of Brittney's blend. That's the
Here's why I don't think she'll speak on it. What the fuck can she say?
No, that's what I'm saying. This is gonna be things that she's able to say. This is gonna be things that she's able to say. But if we had a Kobe book. Kobe wrote a book. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you gonna get 85% of Kobe's words. In this case with Brittney Griner, you may not get 45. You know what I'm saying? You'll get some take, but like you said, there's gonna be other people within this book writing the book. You know, helping for this book to be, a number one seller. So you're gonna put some juice in that shit.
She gonna be bobbing and weaving that question the entire book tour. You can't talk about it, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Next up, we have.
I can dig it.
This guy here who, at this point in time, I want everybody to come to the mask because it's so bad. But this guy here, I'll take his grit. And I even take his attitude. And that's one, as Dave Chappelle said, the blackest name in the NBA, one Draymond Green.
Dave's a fool for that, and he's not wrong, by the way.
There's no denying who that is from an ethnicity standpoint. But
Coach, what I tell you yesterday, I had blackberries, right? I told you.
Yeah.
Blackberries in the fridge.
Is it what you're rocking now?
That's what I'm snacking on, man. I'm trying to eat healthy.
Yeah, I'm hungry as hell too. You up here just eating right in front of me. It's all good. I see how you do, man. But Draymond Green, if you haven't heard, he's been on the rock or something. He recently just got suspended for Game 3. And the reason that he got suspended, according to the NBA, they cited that the Golden State star is a repeat offender. And this is after he stepped on his chest.
Stepped on her.
Stumped him. Could have been worse, but yeah, I get it.
My man did the rock stomp.
He said the rock stomp. To the Steph Rollins. Curve stomp.
Yeah.
Hit it with the curve stomp. Yo, come on, man. Hey,
I think both sides are exaggerating this whole situation, by the way.
I mean, no. Yeah. Both sides, meaning, like, I felt like the media, the world got the vote on this suspension.
Yeah.
The world got the vote.
They did.
And then it came last night that he was suspended late night. Like, this is not what happened. That suspension should have been, give you the benefit of the doubt. By the time first take was over, 12 o'clock, that suspension should have been netted. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we lived all day, yesterday to see that he wasn't suspended, though the incident is crazy, and I mean, both sides of the story is wild. Yeah, Draymond got a track record. Joe Dumas commented on that too, and that's the person who ultimately put the suspension down as head of the PA. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was suspended here, we kind of see what this league is going in the direction it is. Right. Adam Silver, wanted the voice of the people. Adam Silver didn't want to be the bad guy and just put a suspension on him. Well, you put a suspension on him anyway.
Well.
So you might as well be the bad guy as soon as you have to be the bad guy in this situation because
chess music.
Sweet but in Draymond's case, you a damn fool, Draymond. This is gonna be the third time that you put the Warriors in a bad situation. You're going back to Golden State on Thursday where you need the momentum, to swing the series back, and you don't have the guy that can somewhat probably do that for you on any particular play.
Got himself suspended in 2016. Cost them that run, most likely. Yep. They were up 3-1 when that happened.
Yep.
Cost them that run, most likely. And then he about to cost them whatever run this was going to be.
It's definitely bad.
But,
and I think that the Warriors I think this might be the end of the Warriors stint for him, man. Officially.
Oh, yeah. He's gone. He's gone next year. He's done. Goodbye.
He gone.
Here's the thing. Here's the worst part about the whole situation for me. With or without him, the Kings been whooping on these boys anyway.
Right.
The Kings is here right now. We need to be talking about the Kings.
Nah, we do. We should be talking about the Kings.
The Warriors right now.
We definitely should. They lighting up the beam right now.
The beam.
The Warriors look real slow on the road. They've only won 11 games on the road all year. So we knew this was going to be a recipe for disaster. Especially starting the games on the road. But hey, you go back to the Golden City. You go back to the Bay Area on Friday. You don't have Draymond. You can prepare without him. And it's time for guys that and we said this in the beginning of the season, and the fact that they let go of James Wiseman, and we've seen James Wiseman in his last 25 games in Detroit. You see the other guys you kept ain't improving. So these guys got to step up. The Dominguez got to step up. Gary Payton, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Everybody gonna have to step up. Everybody step up their game. Jordan Poole 140. You're gonna have to step up your game monsterly. They ain't paying you that dough for this reason. Andre Wiggins, all that. Bless your father and all that. But you're down 0-2 right now. It's time to put it in the blender. It's time for the Warriors to try to stand up one more time. We thought your team was dead last year, and now your team's looking dead right now. Let's see if you can come from above then. But Draymond.
Nah, they pack it up. They pack it up. It's a wrap.
Draymond.
Even though I think if they win a game at home, it's a whole new series. But they need to win both of these. It ain't looking good.
Nah, it's not looking good at all.
Nah, we can't be doing that. That's not what actually happened though. That was a rumor. He was really out because of his dad.
Nah, it wasn't happening. His father was dealing with complications.
Yeah.
And health problems. So that's what happened. It's crazy that story came about.
That was a bad rumor.
I think his boy probably did bust down Shorty. but that's not the. You want to hear about the father first before you hear the bust down shorty. We heard the bust down shorty before it was pops.
Not even before. That was the only story we had at first. Like, that was all we had.
Damn,
it's crazy.
Can they come back?
They gotta win this game, and now they don't got Dre to do it. So
Hell yeah, they can come back. Hell yeah, they can come back. Hey, anybody still believe in Steph Curry? Do you believe in Steph Curry?
Man, I don't know, man.
I do, listen, I do.
This is top 10 of all time. This is
fine.
Top 10 player of all time.
Yeah, but he's 35. But he's 35.
It don't matter.
Yes, it does.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Yes, it does.
But you got to remember a key element when they made that 3-1 comeback. If I'm not mistaken, Iggy was still balling at that point in time.
Right.
Iggy not balling like that no more.
Iggy been stopped.
He's not even on the court. He was in street clothes last game. So
Iggy's just a cheerleader now. He's just a representative
and also,
of the Warriors.
Look, also here's
the
again. I didn't hear him. He's what? What's Iggy?
Oh, Iggy Chips. He's done that.
Yeah.
He's a cheerleader.
Cheerleader. Here's my thing. Again, all of this Warriors talk, we're negating the other side. It's not really necessarily about the Warriors. That's why I don't believe that they can go on now. And I think they can win a game or two out of this series. And if they do, then you got to be careful because they have the heart of a champion. I'm just saying, I haven't seen any evidence that they can stop Fox in the fourth quarter. Still.
Or win on the road.
Or win on the road. He's closing games out. So,
hey, I'm going to go on and say I think this may be the last run for the Warriors as we know them. They'll get a little longer than 2. They got some people that overachieved last year that hadn't shown up. And I think Sacramento's going to get them this year.
I say Sacramento. My original pick was Warriors in 6. I say Sacramento in 7 now.
Sacramento, they got other. Right now, this is Sacramento.
That's how they feeling.
That's how they feeling.
They got to be careful though, because
momentum is a hell of a drug in home court. It's a hell of a drug in the playoffs.
Yeah, the problem is you got to win on the away when you don't have home court advantage.
No, you definitely got to win.
You got to win. You got to win one away game.
In this case, the Kings, they need a road game. I believe they could win a road game, but if you wanna really piss these Golden State fans off,
the Kings don't need. Yeah, the Kings don't need a win a road game when you don't have the home court advantage.
Oh no! See, that's when you're playing kryptonite. You need a road game.
It is dangerous.
You need a road game.
It's dangerous.
Because you don't want Cinderella. You don't want these old guys to catch light.
I agree.
You don't want these old guys to catch light. And that's what I don't want it. I want the Kings to go advance. I want to go see a new Raven, a new champion. Even if something's win this year, I want to see a new champion. Like, so in all, right now, they got to dig deep. Are they
Drop
really?
It. Clip it. He said he wants to see Celtics win. Clip it.
No. There's a new champion. Like everybody, the Warriors, like I said last year, in that series last year, I was like, damn, the Celtics gonna win this series. Like, damn, kind of like right now, like this and that. And then you seen what the Celtics really were. And then let's see, man. But nah, man, shout out, Draymond, you fucked up, man. More of the story, you messed up, man.
Yep.
Once again,
put your team in a predicament.
Yeah, he's not. It's not foreign on him. He does this type of shit.
So speaking of doing this type of shit, we got one more story before our break for tonight. This one is I've seen like this guy's done this multiple times before, but I get it. Sometimes you got to check him off. But this Russell Westbrook confronts a Suns fan, which isn't abnormal, but the fact that he went into the lounge area to find this guy. So we got let me see. We actually got it here.
My man be spending too much time worrying about fans.
Yeah, bro. Watch him out. Just like that. Watch him out. Straight like that. Watch him out. Talk about it. Be about it.
So How y'all feeling about that? Was Russ in the wrong for this?
I feel like Russ is in the wrong in this situation. Like, the first couple of times a fan heckles you can agree with the players. Like, you know what I'm saying? Definitely shouldn't be none of that extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where, a player is going to be protected regardless. And the fan at most times just going to be protected because he's behind all the play. But in this instant right here, though, that Russell's only over there because that's the way the Clippers team is going through. The Clippers team go through that side of the arena to get through, the locker room. So they're about to change that, in Phoenix, I guess, for teams. But yeah, Russ is tripping in this point. You hear people calling you Westbrook every now and again, all day, all night. Kid got his son there. I know Russell, don't care. He don't got no filter and all. But and you my dog, Russ. But it was uncalled for. You could have just left that alone, bro.
Where I was born and raised and where I'm from, I love it. But professionalism. As a professional, no, you can't do that. It's not, because more than anything is you just making yourself a target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely make yourself a target, rather you think you got the most security or not.
It's what I told our guy Jake when he was letting Kawhi get under his skin during the tap out. I'm like, look, for every time you respond, he gonna get you with another one. He gonna get you every time. Why? Because he knows
they can do it.
He knows it works.
He knows it gets you. Like, this guy's calling you Westbrook. Y'all up at halftime. Hold on. Y'all up in halftime in game one. So to him, like, you better tell Booker and them they Westbrooks. You know what I'm saying? Because we up right now. And you got max ammo with ammo sometimes and just talk slick. As an athlete or somebody that you feel like, everybody feels like they have power. I don't care if you're an athlete or not. Me, personally, I'm gonna say something slick, smart. But I'm not gonna say motherfucker. I'm gonna just kill him with kindness. You kill with smart, slick, calm, and kindness, man. You don't gotta, motherfucker, this and that, blah blah. But at the end of the day, he said what he said. And whenever Russ does stuff like this, it's always an instant clip that I can watch a million times and laugh.
It's funny.
Like I just watched that and just laugh. It came through, like he's modeling on the stage, the shirt like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, watch him mess his mouth. You know what I'm saying? And the kid watching the six-pack. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's just a whole mess. It's just like, bro, like, also
the media's got Russ.
It takes away from he had a great game too.
He did.
He killed. He had 28 points. He was blocking people's shots.
Key plays on defense.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think yesterday the guy from I guess there was a commentator from Phoenix, like before the game, pregame, Westbrook and them shooting around. The commentator says Phoenix is gonna set the tempo tonight. And Russ heard him, and Russ was like, yeah, something like that. Like, yo, the media got Russ. I was like, damn, I don't think the media would never get Russ. And just like in 3 years, they've gotten Russ, man. Damn.
He need to go Kobe and just stop paying attention to what people say.
Yeah.
James Harden has. James Harden is like, man, I'm getting paid all this. I get to go to see strippers every night. Whatever.
Yeah.
You call me.
That's all he care about. He like, what'd he say? Is the strip club still open? I don't give a shit.
Oh, man. Y'all ready for the first break tonight?
Yeah.
Get it, man.
We gonna do the damn thing. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us on the Number Basketball Show. We'll be back about 15:20.
Get it.
Hey guys, it's your girl Tamara Moore, former WNBA guard and current head coach at Masabi Range College. I want to give a big shout out to STWF Media, the big brand, for showing love and always being about those good sports. Make sure you guys show them love. You and your community can join them every week to talk about sports. Shouts out to them and make sure you check them out.
Appreciate you hanging out with your boys at the parlay. Welcome to the Number Basketball Show on this, as my man 2 says, hump day.
Yo, put an APB out on Chris, though. Why is he not in here? Shocking.
Yeah.
You know why Chris ain't in here?
Oh, you watching the game?
Couldn't he flaked out on the bet. He didn't want to bet. He talking all that smack. Let's bet Hawks, and now the Hawks down 2-0, about to go down 3-0 next time they play. Chris ain't coming in here tonight. Chris don't want it tonight. Chris, I'm telling you right now, you don't want it tonight.
My man did a whole wrestling promo. That's crazy.
Bring him out. Bring him out.
That's wild.
It is
That's
wild.
good shit.
He tapped out. He's a referee and he tapped out.
1, 2. But the next up, man, this one I saw this when y'all shared the story with me. I heard about it. It like it's actually going to happen. I don't know how I feel about it, but I definitely want to get y'all perspective on it. And this is the proposal of the NBA having an in-season tournament.
Did I
that
say
will
this one?
consist of different uniforms and the finals played at a neutral site.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. You leave that to the middle school, high school, college aspect of it. No. For the money flow, you're gonna get people to watch. So I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna watch. But I don't like it. I don't like it. Real talk. I don't like it.
I don't mind. You wonder why? I think it'll be highly interesting to see one of these finals series played on the stage that the college kids play their final game on, like a Dallas Cowboys stadium with all them people, or one of them even bigger stadiums with 100,000 people in there. Like, I think that'd be crazy.
I'm gonna be real with you. If you're gonna put an in-season tournament in this chat, I'm gonna be real with you, and it sucks to say, I'll scratch up the summer league for an in-season tournament if you're doing that. Real talk. If you're doing that,
they probably will. It's not like any of the stars really play summer league.
I'm saying, like, rip the summer league out and then put the in-season tournament. You know what I'm saying? And then in 2 months, you got June, August. You know what I'm saying? You put it in, dog, and then they can chill until December or something. I don't know, but I don't like it. Like the season's gonna happen right after it. I don't know.
I don't want to rip the summer league out because that you get young dudes or even some middle aged
transition period for them.
Well, it's not just that, but some people make waves in that summer league and get noticed and end up making a team when they might not otherwise make it. But other than that, yeah. Look, just shorten the season, add in the tournament. I'm fine with that.
I don't see how this is going to go, though, because as far as the backstory, it says that the tournament games will run through November, and 8 teams, I don't know how they're going to pick out which 8 teams, but 8 teams would advance to a single elimination round in December. The other 22 teams in the league will continue with the regular season play. All of the games would still be a part of the normal 82-game schedule.
So you pick an 8 team. You pick an 8 of the best teams. So basically, the market Floyd. Los Angeles, Boston, New York.
Yo, shout out to the geek who wrote the algorithm to figure that scheduling out.
That sounds like a logistical nightmare.
Absolute chaos. Southern chaos.
Right.
Because here's my thing. If it's part of the 82-game schedule, first of all, you don't know who's going to advance. So once you figure out who's going to advance and it's part of that schedule,
who gets more games?
You got to run around for the remaining games to figure out where they're going to go.
Exactly. Who's that team playing next? Do you have somebody like, winner or loser goes to Orlando? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like you said, it's a headache. Like I can't wait till that schedule comes out.
This is all reasons for why I want this to happen. I am all in for the chaos, man. I want to see every craziness every crazy bit of this. Like, I think that'll be, because look, I ain't got to make the schedule. I just got to watch.
You got to watch.
Right.
Exactly. I got a proposal for NBA, Mr. Adam Silver. Okay. If you want to really pick up the interest, how about you run your normal schedule? Maybe start your season just a tad bit early, but you take your NBA champion, plays the international champion or FIFA champion in a series if you want to make it exciting. So at that point in time, you might get a actual world champion.
Me and the homies, I was talking about relegation the other day. I think that'd be fun, but
that'd be good too.
It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare with contracts and everything.
And I think we might get dead in too with the international game.
Yeah, that might be crazy. Yeah. Yeah, because our all super team beats like countries, but our individual squads versus their champion, that'd be tough.
Yeah.
Tough
Yeah,
game.
we see some upsets in the last few seasons too. So throw it out the way.
Absolutely. But we'll definitely see how this is going to go because they said it could start as soon as this coming up season.
They trying to push that money, all money in.
Yeah, that's logistical nightmare. I can't wait.
Now, the Bar Scott. So now here's where you guys show y'all jelly right here. This is why I stand back and watch the magic happen. The actual 2023 NBA playoffs brackets. So we want to get myself and our listeners and our watchers, depending on what media that you're using. We want to know the expert opinions from you two gentlemen as far as these matchups that we have so far. You got Milwaukee and Miami.
Just shocking that Miami's up 1, except we know that Giannis got hurt, and they also lost Hero. This will probably be a 5-game series now. I think Milwaukee will win 4 straight, or at least 3, and then maybe they'll give up one more. But Milwaukee got this series still.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Milwaukee got the series, but kind of puts Giannis in the back. It kind of puts Giannis in a bad spot. You know, because he comes back. Yeah, you know, you still got to deal with the aching back. But you're getting the maximum out the older guys who we just mentioned are older. So then you go to round 2 where you're playing either some young cats from Cleveland or some young cats from New York, not smart as Milwaukee, but physical. It could get a bit interesting, but with Tyler Herro's injury, you know, I mean, people can't disrespect the Heat, man. I mean, though, it means way of a shade of last year's team that made the East Conference Finals. They are a tough opponent. And, I mean, they put Milwaukee in a tough spot already, though Milwaukee's up tonight. Shout out to them in game 2, trying to pick it up. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be interesting to see how the series plays and how long it goes. I don't think they're going to win 4 in a row. I think it could be I'd be 6. I could take Hawks in 6, but it kind of had that 4 or 5 game feeling before Giannis hurt his back. Probably not, because Miami was up. So,
but then also Hero. So
yeah, Hero now. Hero now, you know, that's another guy. You pick Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry's not going to be able to pick.
They need a hero, and they done got him now. So
pun intended.
Bonnie Tyler is nowhere to be found.
Next up, we've got the New York Knickerbockers and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cleveland, game of adjustments in the first 2 games, as I've seen. First game, I felt like New York was able to capitalize on a lot of second chance opportunities, though Cleveland had a lot of length. But I feel like the Knicks wing players, you know, had an effect in game 1. Game 2 was just more of the adjustment. You know, Tibbs usually hits that situation where, you know, you kind of go crazy with the players, and that's what ended up happening. Cleveland steamrolled early. I kind of see the series going that same way. I could see this series going 7, potentially. The way these 2 teams play, they're both young strappers. They're trying to get in the ceiling of the top contenders in the East. So it's going to be fun.
I think Cleveland showed their youth in the first game. I think guys like Mobley and Garland stepped up in the second game and showed exactly what they're capable of and were more aggressive.
Garland was hooping.
Yeah. So with that being said, I think Cleveland got this. And Milwaukee better hope that New York wins because Cleveland got the sides inside to really give them problems.
Right.
They got good. They finished the end of the season as the best defensive team in the league, and it's going to show when they play Milwaukee. That being said, yeah, I think Cleveland going to win as long as Tibbs keeps playing his guys in meaningless minutes. He almost got Randall killed the other night. Like,
definitely.
It's no. Yeah, I think Cleveland got this.
Fair enough. Next up, we got the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers. Philly's up 2-0 right now.
Philly's up 2-0. It just shout out to the Nets though. Shout out to the Nets for continue to compete. And I mean both games, didn't go their way, but like I said, competitiveness. You know what I'm saying? They're getting a stint for them young guys of the future. This is basically just, development right now. Though you want to win the series because you're here, I just think Philly's showing their experience, showing why they're the better team in the series. And as it goes to Brooklyn, now you want to, if you're Philly, try to finish them off so you can keep these guys like Harden and Embiid healthy and have them on some days rest so they're able to give you the best offensive repertoire they can give you because they're going to need it going down the stretch in the Eastern Conference if they want to win the title.
Right.
Yeah, Philly needs to get this in 4. They cannot afford to have any extra games. They're going to have to see us next round. Yes, I'm already calling it. They're going to have to see my Celtics next round, and they're going to want to do it in as few games as possible.
Fair enough.
Philly in 4.
Celtics might in another might put another body down in the Eastern Conference. That'll be interesting to see.
Now, speaking of, we already talked about the Celtics. So I'm pretty safe to say we see a sweep happening here.
Nah, Atlanta gonna win one. Celtics in 5. They going to Magic City one of these nights.
Nah,
guaranteed.
Season 4.
They want them sweet little wings, man.
They want those sweet little wings. Trae Young going to try to go get Trae Young in Game 3. Gonna go get a 40 pop, 50 pop. Nah, I gotta play team basketball, man. They gotta find some way to win a game. I'm gonna have faith in the Hawks to win a game.
A game.
A half a game.
In the Western Conference, you've got the number 1 seed Denver Nuggets against the number 8 seed Minnesota T-Wolves. Denver's up 1-0.
T-Wolves is having problems. Why they're in the playoffs having problems. That seems like a big problem. And we just spoke on earlier, them getting rid of one of the heavier problems probably on the basketball team. I feel
that coach wants.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a bad situation, man. Denver, they're the number 1 seed for a reason. That high altitude. They play again tonight, Game 2. I kind of see the same thing that we've seen in Game 1, unless both big men can ball out, which I don't see happening. It's going to be a long one for Minnesota. It's going to be a long 4 or 5 games. But again, like the Hawks, I think they can win 1. The Nuggets, for how good of a home team they are, they're not a very good road team either. So I can see them slipping 1 up.
Denver in 4.
We want to see series.
All that.
With all that, I respect 100% respect his opinion, and if it does go 5 in either of the series that I've said sweep on already, I won't be shocked. But I'm just telling you where I stand with it, and Denver in 4.
Okay.
I just don't see how Minnesota can. The guard play is going to be rough as it is, and Anthony Edwards can only do so much. Cat disappears way too often, and even when he is there, he's going to get dominated by Joker. And with no Gobert to defend, quick series.
Okay.
Here's one of the best series in the playoffs so far.
Number 5, LA Clippers against number 4 Phoenix Suns, tied at 1-1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna go first this time. I think I still gonna lean on. I guess I'm just hopeful that it's Phoenix because I really don't want to hear Jake's mouth at all. But it's not looking great for Phoenix, even though they won the last game. The fact that they lost the first game without Paul George on the court is not good for them. Not a good look. But I think they got the scoring. I think KD and Booker are going to get back into rhythm, playing with each other. Chris Paul going to do Chris Paul things, and Ayton's going to step up. I think they're going to win this series. I think it's going to be in like 6 or 7, though. This series has long series written all over it.
Yeah, it could be a 6-gamer. Definitely could be a 6-gamer. I like what Phoenix bought last night. Clippers had an outstanding game one. That was just based off the momentum and the rust that Phoenix had. And you got to remember, this Phoenix team collectively hasn't played all together this season. I mean, KD came trade deadline and basically was out more than he played. So just hopefully they start getting a rhythm in. They start getting a rhythm in. They're definitely Phoenix season series to take. But letting these slip of cracks go with this Clippers team, man. They play excellent without pieces. But overall, Phoenix should win this series. They should. But we're going to find out in LA. You're going to have to win some meaningful games out there.
Yeah. If Phoenix loses the series, what's next for them?
Find a suitor to take Chris Paul or hope he retires. They got to do something. I don't know. Maybe Kyrie goes there.
KB asks,
I know. Kyrie for Aiden.
KB asks for another trade.
I see Kyrie for Aiden. I'll do that too.
In a sign and trade deal, yeah. I think.
Seriously, you think
too many cooks though?
You think Kevin Durant wants Kyrie back with him after that mess in Brooklyn?
Yeah, because I don't think they ended poorly. I think they both realized that. I think the person that either of them won't ever ball with again is Harden.
He's the one that started the downward projection.
Yeah, I don't think those two have an issue. Because even when KD could have had an issue with Kyrie for like sitting out and the whole conspiracy with the documentary and tweeting, like, he defended him at every turn. Like
he did.
Let's not act like that's built in with him, because he didn't do that shit for Russie. So that's learned behavior. That's not natural. So with that being said, I think him and Kyrie are genuinely homies. And the way it happened, the way things shook down there, I think when they both, because remember, you can't, how do we get mad at Kyrie? He can't be mad at Kyrie asking for a trade. I'm pretty sure KD went on record first. And then they said they wouldn't. And then Kyrie asked, then they did. And then KD was like, well, hey, can we revisit the trade and me part? And then they did.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. But then you got to think franchise. Franchise now. This is the franchise now. The franchise that if they go get Kyrie, they see what happened in Brooklyn overall. They want that.
But the Suns can look at it and be like, well,
Brooklyn was dysfunctional.
They were
we just got rid of Robert. Hold on, we just got rid of Robert Sarver's ass. You know what I'm saying? No comparison in the two, but
I think they can look at it and be like, well, Brooklyn saw Kyrie, Harden, and KD as that could really work, but those people didn't mesh. But maybe this version of it will mesh with Booker instead of Harden.
We're gonna let everybody know right now. That my Lakers are down 6 with 3:30 to go. And we gonna push it, and we gonna take this game too. Just let everybody know right now. Man, we spending too much time on these degenerates. Let's get down to the next series. That's when it comes down to the best.
Y'all down 8 with 123.
Yeah. Calm your hype. You're behind. Calm your hype. You're behind, bro. What up, Nate? Nate's in the building. And Booker's not trying to lose. Booker killed last night. Jacob, you had the worst takes.
There you go.
He showed up. Look. He showed up, and within
the Suns come out. Hold on, the fair weather's coming now. Jake, Chris, they all come in. They all coming now.
Yo, Jake showed up, and his first comment infuriated me. Right away. How did he do that? That's impressive. His very first comment, infuriating. Booker's trying to lose. He just killed last night.
He had 38, right?
Yeah, he murdered. Watch a damn game.
He wants the Blue Jays game. You know what I'm saying? He's watching the Blue Jays trying to come back right now against the Astros. That's what he's doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my man Jake over here, from State Farm. You better hope Chris Chris Paul wins, because if not, State Farm is gonna come to a closing. Because Aaron Rodgers don't look like. Let me stop, man. But nah, man. Next series here, man. You know what it is. No. It's not the next series. We're gonna make the next series. It's Lakers versus the Grizzlies. You know what I'm saying? The Grizzlies, as we know, play good without Ja. They're balling their asses out tonight. You know, like I said in the beginning, got the talk from Sunday into today, and now we got to adjust now. We got to adjust.
Series is tied 1-1.
You know, we just can't hope that Shannon Sharp and T. Morant don't ruin the fun. You know, but overall,
series is tied 1-1.
I like the way you know the guys are playing, and we just got to continue to keep playing, man. Just keep playing. We're playing with house money. Even if we won game one, we're still playing with house money because we can't overlook that Memphis team without Ja Morant.
No breaks. You get no breaks. But also, I think this series, I don't know how long is Ja out. I haven't heard.
Ja's probably gonna play game 3. I mean, the way they can do it now, they don't gotta rush him back now. They won a game, got the home court back. So if he's
they didn't get home court back.
It's 1-1. They got the home court back.
Nah, the way you get home court back is winning one now on the road.
Win on the road.
They gonna win. Well, either way, it's an advantage because they get the last game at the crib with 7. So either way, you know what I'm saying? They got the advantage. But they win without Ja. So ultimately they don't have to rush him back. Unless they feel like LA is a different beast playing it. Then you go rush your man back. But do they want to rush him back if this injury is more serious than what it is? I wouldn't. If I'm a Lakers fan, I wouldn't want to bring him back. But in all, good game by Memphis tonight, man. That's the way you respond to all that.
And shout out to the Defensive Player of the Year.
Shout out to Defensive Player.
AJ.
He won it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he won it.
That was the leak. I called that. Who was arguing with me in the chat? It wasn't in here though, but it was in the chat saying that it was going to be Brook Lopez.
And Mike Brown got
Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year.
As he should have. That the Kings are playing out of their mind, and we're supposed to be a playoff team.
And the
shout out to
Golden State.
Shout out to Mike Brown as well, Coach of the Year, just announced today. Shout out to Mike Brown winning Coach of the Year. Shout out to De'Aaron Fox.
Is he serious? Dude's my guy, man. Don't ever
Will your face, man.
What?
It's just you cut in.
I had to give a shout out. You know what I'm saying? I had to find out when to cut in. It was the perfect time.
No,
you know?
But you cut it. You cut into the conversation about Mike Brown winning to say shout out to Mike Brown winning.
Yeah, because I had to give a shout out to him for winning because I was going to already give the shout out before you went to Mike Brown. Yeah, let me finish my shout out to Mike Brown.
My God, too, man.
That's my dog.
Mike Brown again.
That's my dog.
You know,
That's my dog.
Mike Brown, man. Shout out to the Kings, man, getting awards, man. Damn, Robbie Beaver still playing, Chris Webber playing. They show up and they get awards now. Let it be. Man, fuck the Kings. I want the Lakers to play the Kings now too. Fuck out of here.
Ooh, boy.
Oh my God!
So we got two more.
That's my favorite thing we do ever.
We got two more series. We got number 6 Golden State against number 3 Sacramento. Kings are up 2-0.
Yeah, look, I originally picked this series to be Warriors in 6. Now I'm thinking it's Kings in 7. I think the Warriors will win at home, but they're a much different team at home. They really are.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna be rocking too.
Especially with Draymond out, they're gonna have they know they gotta add the extra the boost. But like Took said earlier today, it's going Kuminga, with Moody, like all them dudes gotta step up, man. Looney gotta play better. Everybody in that front court gotta step up. The backcourt does what the backcourt does, or we're not even talking about these guys, but the front court gotta step up. Wiggins gotta step up too. They all just gotta play a little better.
Just a couple of years ago, these picks that they had in the pocket, you know what I'm saying? Though they was they had to force the season out because of Steph's injury and all that. These are the picks that they're playing with now. These are the picks that they're waiting for. This is why I say too, man. Picks nowadays, like picks back in the day used to be ill. It used to be dope. Now they just passed around like grocery bags, and you don't know what the hell's going to be in the bag. You know what I'm saying? So,
but here's why. Remember, how much of a can't miss was Wiseman supposed to be? And look what happened, man. That's crazy. Yeah. Like, he won't ever get talked about probably the way Greg Oden does, but it's almost just as big as a fail because it's not even injury that did him in. He's just not good.
Yeah.
I mean, hold on, though.
But he started playing better for Detroit. He did start playing better.
Maybe we say that, but maybe it's the situation.
Wait, is it Detroit? Is that where he was?
Maybe you got to think about it. I mean, he probably wasn't good enough, but maybe he felt himself in a different way and Golden State in a different way. So then if this made him just like, you sent to the G League every other week. You know what I'm saying? You come in, you have a bad game. They expect you to play good because you're number 1, number 2 pick, and you don't. So they're like, man, forget you. And they end up training his ass.
Hey, all you're saying is that the expectations were too great for him, and that plays into part of being that high of a pick.
Hey, man,
you gotta shoulder that weight.
LA ain't for everybody, man. Hey, go score 20 in Detroit.
That's true.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And isn't Bagley still there too? They got both of the guys that disappointed everyone.
Yeah.
Imagine those two come out now and become dominant bigs together. That'd be great. They both have similar skill sets too of being able to do kind of everything, but ended up doing nothing.
Bogdanovich is still there.
Yeah, Detroit likes what they have there. They could have traded him at the deadline, and they kept him, thinking they're
doing him dirty.
So before we move to the last series, real quick, goes back to the suspension of Draymond. You know who the person was that brought down the decision on the suspension?
Yeah. I like to shout out Mike Brown. That's amazing.
Your boy, Joe Dumars.
Oh, Dumars.
Who used to be an executive with the Kings.
That is dirty as hell. And the Warriors, this ain't no bull. The Warriors, this ain't a couple people saying like, yo, they over here rigging games for Sacramento. And maybe Sacramento's owed this for what the Lakers did to him in 2002. This is happening right now instead of potential second round matchup. But we all
also I think it's funny to rule in that direction, having been part of the Bad Boy Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just stink all around.
Even a bad boy could turn good, I guess.
Real big.
And the last series is Lakers against the Memphis Grizzlies. Number 7 against number 2 is tied up as of right now. 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1. Grizzlies in 7. I just think the pressure's going to be on once Ja comes back. Apparently, they were really fixing and set to guard Ja Morant with Austin Reeves the whole time, or whatever his name is. That ain't gonna fly for too long. So
I ain't gonna fly for too long. We just gonna have to be real with you. I mean, we gotta look at LeBron's stat line tonight and what he did, but we definitely gonna have to push the envelope. I mean, I don't know how much you can push it, but you're gonna have to definitely the two guys that are ahead of the ship are definitely gonna have to pour some will in LA for us to win. Them young guys can follow up if y'all ball out, but ultimately gonna need y'all too, man. This may be the last hurrah. So let's see what happens. Memphis is a tough team, though. What do
you think is gonna happen?
This could be the last hurrah. You hear AD, Bird is an AD. I'm talking about LeBron and AD. This may be the last hurrah.
You think one of them is gonna move or get traded? As a Lakers fan, I'm interested.
Yeah, playing for AD. AD's playing for him. LeBron's untouchable unless he wants to be touched. You know what I'm saying? AD's the one here. This could be the last hurrah.
Tonight, AD played 38 minutes, 13 points, 8 boards. He went 4 for 14.
That is Jaren Jackson work.
I told y'all last week when we used to talk about series, I said this could either be Anthony Davis remaining, to keep the faithful in the Lakers organization, or this can be the ultimate coming out party for Jaren Jackson Jr. I said that, and that's going to determine the series. Ultimately, said that, and so far,
looking like party time. Looking like a party time.
You look like 1-1. Looking like 50% on the market, but it's gonna be tough, man.
Hey man, you good, Chris. Better late than never. You here, you showed up.
If the
we
Blue
know
Jays,
number one fan
if
is.
Guerrero don't get this hit against the Astros, I think the bases are loaded. Yeah, man, Blue Jays are ass.
Jake, if he don't get that hit, Jacob's gonna melt down. What up, Diggs?
It's 2-2 with 2 outs.
Diggs, who's Diggs? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, Diggs? Oh, that's Trey. That's Trey Diggs.
Hey,
Trey Diggs in the building. If you real Trey Diggs, I see the logo. I don't think it's the real Trey Diggs.
I know, but that'd be crazy if it was, right?
It would be crazy.
That'd be dope, dog. He said, yo, he's a Cowboys fan, yo.
One of my favorite players to watch.
You know what I'm saying? Dog, real talk, man. If you the real Diggs, shout out to you, dog.
Interceptions all day when you're not getting burned on. No, so I'm playing with you.
Bring your brother to Dallas.
Hey, don't worry about all that. As we'll get this trophy this year, man.
Bring your brother to Dallas, dog. You know what I'm saying? Real talk,
I would love
man.
that. I'd love them to both be on the same team. That'd be great.
Who got shout outs tonight?
Oh, well, first of all, if that's Trayvon Diggs, then shout out to that man. But shout out to everybody who showed up. We appreciate y'all. My man Nate was in the building real quick. Chris is in the building, as always. Jacob showed his face. Appreciate that.
Jake.
And my man E Killer becoming a regular. I love it. My guy. Mostly because I keep shutting games off playing with him to come do this show. But that's my dog, man. That's my dog.
He coming in to check in on you to see if you really doing the show.
Yeah. Like, nigga, you ain't leave me in this game to not be doing this. You better be doing this shit.
Oh man, dog. Hey, comment thread definitely heated up as we ended. But overall, great show. It don't matter if there's no fans or not. We must get it in. So I want to give a shout out to you guys, man, for dealing with me as always. I'm always gonna say that. Even though y'all like being on me, I think y'all don't a little bit. Man, shout out to everybody else, man. Shout out to Chris for showing his face, as well as Jacob. Jacob, thank you for showing your face, Jacob. And come on, man. You Blue Jays better do something, man. But other than that, man, hope you have a great night and a great rest of y'all week. And it's always a pleasure.
Shout out to you, folks. Shout out to the brand too. You already know.
Shout out to you, fellas, man. As always, another great week. Hey, we are now a week away from our draft watch party.
Yes, we are.
Be there or be square. We've been already started posting some flyers in the group and on social media. Make sure you tap in. Come with your insight. Let us know what you're eating. What you're gonna have. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your wings, your brewskis.
Gotta have wings.
What you gonna be doing while you watching the draft and watching your team get geared up for a Super Bowl run. Unless you're the Houston Texans. Sorry about that, babes. But
get him, Marie. Get him.
Blue Jays are trash, dog. How you going?
They lost.
Guerrero is trash, dog. That's supposed to be one of my favorite dogs, dog. You over here getting out. Come on, dog.
My man's pissed. That's crazy.
I should have cashed out. See, that's why I was get greedy. I could have cashed out. Jake, man, don't be talking about no. I told you every year the Blue Jays are ass. Every year. No matter how stacked that roster is, dog. Trying to be the Yankees.
So mad. Don DeMarco.
But yeah, man. But much appreciated, man. Got big fight this week. Tank fighting Garcia.
Ooh.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, Tank Garcia this weekend. Yes, sir.
Oh. That smells like a pop-up show.
Go get it.
Yes,
and shout out to my peeps, man. We see you this weekend. Go head down south, have a little bit of fun. None but the diggity doing the damn thing. Well, appreciate everybody, man. Again, it's your boys, the Parlay. You just watched the masterpiece of the None But Basketball show.
Yep.
I'll let y'all, if not by Monday, maybe before then, with a pop-up show. Deuces. Peace.
Ooh.